This video is on multiplying a polynomial times a polynomial. Mostly, we're multiplying two binomials like all of the ones you see on the screens. Two binomials. When you're multiplying two terms times two more terms, you're going to get four terms before you simplify. Later, when I multiply two terms times three terms, I'll get six terms before I simplify. So on the example, I have two terms to distribute to everything in parentheses over here. First, the 5y. 5y times 1y is 5y squared. 5 times 1 is 5. Y to the first times y to the first is y to the second. Then I distribute the 5y to the other term, the 8. 5y times 8 is 40y. I am done distributing that 5y. Now I'm going to distribute this negative 2. Negative 2 times 1y is negative 2y. And negative 2 times positive 8 is negative 16. I distributed the 5y to everything in parentheses. Then I distributed the negative 2 to everything in parentheses. Now I need to combine like terms. My like terms are my two middle terms, the 40y and the negative 2y. So the first term comes down. 40 minus 2 gives me 38y. Nothing to combine the constant with, it comes down. And my answer is a trinomial, degree of 2, leading coefficient of 5. A lot of the ones we do where we multiply two binomials will end up as a trinomial. Sometimes they'll end up as a binomial when the two middle terms cancel each other out, like 40y and negative 40y. We'll see one or two of those. But you'll always get four terms. When you multiply two terms times two terms, you'll get four terms. And if I multiplied three terms times three terms, we would get 9 terms before we simplified. Give number 1 a try. On number 1, 3m times 1m is 3m squared. 3m times 5 is 15m. I have multiplied the 3m times the 1m and times the 5. Now I'm going to distribute my 4. 4 times m is 4m, and 4 times 5 is 20. Combine like terms in the middle. You get 3m squared plus 19m plus 20. A trinomial, degree of 2, leading coefficient of 3. Number 2. Number 2, x times x is x squared. X times negative 4, negative 4x. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. 2 terms times 2 terms gives me 4 terms. I have like terms in the middle as I usually do. Negative 4 plus 3 is going to be negative 1x. But let me first bring down this x squared. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1x. Bring down the negative 12. Your answer is x squared minus x minus 12. Number 3. On number 3, 4n times 3n is 12n squared. 4n times 2 is 8n. I have distributed the 4n times both the terms in parentheses. Now we'll distribute the negative 5 times both the terms in parentheses. Negative 5 times 3n is negative 15n. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Combine like terms in the middle, and I get 12n squared minus 7n minus 10. Number 4. On number 4, 2n times 1n is 2n squared. 2n times negative 6 is negative 12n. Negative 5 times n is negative 5n, and negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30. Combine like terms in the middle. Bring the first and the last term down. You get 2n squared negative 17n, positive 30. Number 5. Number 5, 5n times 3n is 15n squared. 5n times negative 4 is negative 20n. I've distributed the negative 5 twice. Now I distribute the 2 to both terms. 2 times 3n is 6n. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Bring down the first term. Combine negative 20 with positive 6n, you get negative 14n. Bring down the negative 8. Your answer is 15n squared minus 14n minus 8. Number 6. 6p times 6p is 36p squared. 6p times negative 1 is negative 6p. Now distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times 6p is negative 6p. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. You get 36p squared, negative 12p, positive 1 for your trinomial. Now let me say a few things. FOIL is made a big deal out of. F-O-I-L. It doesn't concern me, but what it means is first, outer, inner, last. So some people, when they multiply two binomials, they say, well, FOIL it out, use FOIL, which means you multiply the first two together, the outer two together, the inner two together, and the last two together, which is exactly what we did. We just didn't think about using the FOIL method. The reason I don't care about the FOIL method is because it only works with two binomials, and all math problems involving polynomials is not two binomials. Plus, it's easier for me to just think about distributive property. I distribute the 6p 2 times, then I distribute the negative 1 2 times. It works out that I multiplied I'll look at this one, the first two together, the outer two together, the inner two together, and the last two together, FOIL. Doesn't work when you have anything besides two binomials. Doesn't work on this one, doesn't work on this one. So that's FOIL. Also, there are special rules like when you're multiplying two differences together like this, or two sums, or a sum and a difference where your numbers are the same like they're on this. Both of these are 6p, both of these are 1. There are special rules that I could teach and you could try to memorize, but I don't understand why. It doesn't really save much time. It's more trouble to memorize a bunch of rules than it is to just distribute everything, because that's what you end up doing anyway. So I don't teach the special rules. I do mention FOIL because you're definitely going to hear that, even if you don't hear about the other special rules. All right, so wanted to mention that. Here is, I try to keep things simple. One thing to remember, just distributive property. Number 7. On number 7, 2x squared times 2x squared is 4x to the 4th. 2x squared times negative 3 is negative 6x squared. 3 times 2x squared is 6x squared. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Your like terms in the middle cancel each other out. Negative 6 plus positive 6 gives you 0. So you're left with a binomial, 4x to the 4th minus 9. And that's a sum and a difference that could have been a special rule, but why memorize a special rule? We just multiply it and see what we get. Now, I meant to do this on number 8 and say, what do you think we should do? And there are special rules we can memorize for doing this. But I just do what a square is. A square means multiply something together times itself 2 times. So I'm going to multiply it times itself together 2 times. A times A is A squared. A times negative 2B is negative 2. I'm going to write alphabetical A, B. Then I distribute the negative 2B. Negative 2B times A is -2. I'm going to write them alphabetical, AB. And negative 2b times negative 2b is positive 4b squared. Degree of 2, degree of 2, degree of 2, degree of 2. So I'm going to write them alphabetical with my a's first, then my AB's when I combine like terms in the middle, then my B's. So it's alphabetical. All three terms have a degree of 2. So degree of the whole polynomial is 2. And leading coefficient is 1. You try one. Number 9. Well, number 9, again, it's squaring something, which means multiplying it times itself 2 times. So let's do that. 3c times 3c is 9c squared. 3c times 4d is 12cd. 4d times 3c is 12cd. 4d times 4d is 16d squared. All the terms have a degree of 2, so I'm going to go alphabetical, which usually ends up being left to right. So my answer is 9c squared. When you combine like terms in the middle, you get 24cd, and you bring down the 16d squared. All right, try number 10. This time I'm multiplying 2 terms times 3 terms, so I'm going to get 6 terms before I combine like terms. When I distribute to 3, to all 3 of those, I'm going to get 3 terms. 3x times 2x squared is 6x cubed. 3x times 7x is 21x squared. 3x times -8 is -24x. I'm done distributing the 3x. 1 times 3 gave me 3. Now I'm going to distribute to -5 3 times and get 3 more terms. -5 times 2x squared is -10x squared. -5 times 7x is -35x. -5 times -8 is +40. Now I look for like terms. X cubes only have 1. X squares, I got 2 of them. 2 and -10 give me -8x squared. Then the x's, -24 and -35 give me -59x. Only have 1 constant, so it comes down. So your final answer is a 4-term polynomial, and I wrote that wrong. That is a cube right here, not a square. I wasn't supposed to have like terms there. Sorry, when I brought down that 6x cubed, I miswrote it. I do these on the fly, so if I ever make a mistake, call me on it quickly so I can fix it. So your answer is a 4-term polynomial, 6x cubed, -8x squared, -59x, +40. 2 times 3 gave me 6 terms. I combined like terms and ended up with 4 terms. Let's do one more of those. Number 11. On number 11, 2n times 3n squared is 6n cubed. 2n times 4n is 8n squared. 2n times -4 is -8n. Now distribute the -9. -9 times 3n squared is -27n squared. -9 times 4n is -36n. And -9 times -4 is +36. There's only 1 cube. I bring it down. This time I wrote it right. I have 2 squares, 8 and -27 give me -19n squared. I've got 2 n's, -8 and -36 give me -44n. Bring down the constant. Your answer is 4 terms, 6n cubed minus 19n squared minus 44n plus 36. Try number 12. Number 12, since we've done binomials times binomials and binomials times trinomials, I just wanted you to remember how to multiply two monomials. 2 times 3 is 6. N times n cubed is n to the fourth. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 term times 1 term equals 1 term, and you're done, 6n to the fourth. I just want to really briefly show you a couple things that we could do. You could have an equation where you end up with exponents of 2 on each side. When I subtract 2n squared from both sides, it disappears, and I end up with a regular equation. So we can have exponents in equations. Also, we could do one like this where we follow order of operations. Trinomial minus a trinomial. Distribute the negative, do everything in the grouping, bring down this grouping. Then we've got two binomials to multiply together. Then we combine like terms in the middle. So this is stuff you know how to do, even if we don't practice really hard ones. We just followed order of operations. Did everything in the grouping first, then we combine like terms, then we multiply two binomials or fold the two binomials. So just want to show you an example of those. Here's another one. You can do everything in the grouping first, then you have a binomial times a trinomial, then you combine like terms. So we can make them long and hard if we wanted to, but the concept is the same. You need to know how to do distributive property, you need to know how to combine like terms, and you need to know how to multiply monomials. Those three skills is what you need to get through these. Thank you.